Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Coming up in season 1 of Black Ops 6 and Warzone, we are going to start to see our very first event updates. And while they haven't actually revealed too much about the events themselves in, great detail, we actually have a lot of information that we can sort of connect together, align the stars a little bit, connect the dots some, and it actually tells us a much bigger picture about just how big the event updates this year, or at least in season 1, are going to be. And so today we're breaking down everything we currently know about the major season 1 events. As we do so, if you enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. It does help grow the channel and share the video around to new viewers. And speaking of which, if you happen to be one of those new viewers, right now just under 60% of people watching the videos are not subscribed. So if that's you, we should change that every single day. I got you covered with absolutely everything you need to know about Call of Duty, whether it's news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns, all of that is right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and join us on the road to 1 million subscribers. But first up here, one of the more fun updates that we have pretty much every single year, regardless of Call of Duty title, is some kind of holiday update. And every year it's a Treyarch title. It typically involves Nuketown, and that is no different this year. The first event update that they ended up detailing in their initial season 1 blog was about Nuketown Holiday, which is simply going to be a map update for Nuketown that turns it into this Christmas and wintry themed Nuketown. There's decorations all over, there's snowmen, there's a bunch of different snow scattered across the map and everything. We've seen Holiday Nuketown several times before, and that'll be returning this year. We're not fully sure if there's going to be a greater holiday update outside of just simply Nuketown getting some snow, like if other maps are going to see that same sort of treatment. But here's how they describe this actual CODMIS update, as it's been referred to in the past. Once Season 1 Reloaded launches and Call of Duty gets festive at the end of the year, expect a variety of gifts in the days leading up to CODMIS. So that's kind of like the 12 days of Christmas, but for Call of Duty, right? Which would indicate we're going to see some kind of larger holiday-based event, at least in my own opinion. This includes a holiday-themed Nuketown map. Treyarch will also be adding a little something to the original Nuketown map with this update, and maybe even to the Warhead Strike map too. If I had to guess, they are teasing a potential Easter egg they're likely to do with the mannequins, since obviously that's been a thing with Nuketown in the past, and for whatever reason, it hasn't been live yet this year. So that would be my best guess for that. It seems pretty obvious that that's what they're teasing. Then potentially for the Warhead map as well, maybe something extra going on there. But yeah, we are seeing that initial sort of holiday CODMIS update around Christmas and New Year's as part of that first event update for Black Ops 6. But then we get into the even larger event updates that, in my opinion, are taking a pretty big upgrade from the events of the past couple of years. We've seen MW3 have events almost every single week that feature different camos or maybe a blueprint, a lot of filler stuff like charms and emblems and calling cards and things like that. However, this year, just based off the descriptions of when exactly certain content is dropping and how it's going to be available, it seems like events are taking a big step forward. So initially, the first and only main event that we know of outside of the holiday stuff is known as the hit list event. And with this, we actually are confirmed to be getting a couple of new weapon updates, even a perk update that we'll detail here in a bit. But here's how they describe the actual hit list event itself. Who's next? Keep up your luxurious but slightly corrupt lifestyle during the hit list event. You're offered up a take no prisoners mission. Kill or be killed. The hit list event is a limited time event that gives players a board of contracts with one goal: take them all out, cross off the entire list, and earn some exclusive loot for hire. So it's going to be a challenge based event with various different rewards, of which we've got some pretty significant content. But as far as the timing of this goes, Call of Duty also says this: events are back and provide some of the finest cosmetic loot to unlock, as the first part of the season is truncated with Season 1 Reloaded and a wealth of new content arriving in early December, so we also get a better time frame for that. Expect the hit list event prior to mid-season. Now, mid-season should be that early December Season 1 Reloaded update event. Once Season 1 Reloaded arrives, expect multiple other new events to look forward to, including one focused on zombies during the latter half of the season. So that'll likely be, just after New Year's and whatnot there. But this would seemingly indicate that in just a couple of weeks here, very shortly after the launch of Season 1, this hit list event is going to drop, and we're going to see several different content pieces with this event itself. As we can see during the actual, preview picture for the hit list event. It shows off some of the COD point rewards there, so we can assume those will be some things. There's also several weapons that we'll talk about, and even a new perk that's going to become accessible through the event as well. And this is known as the Shrapnel Radar perk, and they say for this, it's undetectable to enemy traps and mines. So based off of that key art for the hit list event, we're actually getting a new perk directly through that. But then on that same key art, you can also see some of the new in-season weapons displayed as well. So for instance, the Siren 9mm SMG is actually displayed there, and they say this is going to be an in-season reward via a special event. So that's going to be the hit list event. And then we also see the power drill there as well in the key art for it. So we can assume both of those weapons are going to be available directly through this event itself. But then beyond just the hit list event, those other events coming with the Reloaded update that we don't fully know about so far, we also have some details about what they're going to include though, just based off of weapon descriptions, which is actually kind of interesting. So for instance, the Maelstrom shotgun that's coming in season is set to be a mid-season update via an event reward. So whatever event kicks off with the mid-season update, you'll be able to access the Maelstrom shotgun through that. Right alongside that, the AMR mod for sniper, that's basically the Barrett looking sniper, also coming mid-season according to the blog. And you guessed it, this one is also available through an event reward. Then we get into some of the melee weapons, like for instance, the Cleaver coming mid-season via an event reward as well. And then we even have the special weapon attachments, which basically seem like they're going to be functioning as aftermarket parts, just not called that directly here in Black Ops 6, and various different ones for these. The buffer weight stock attachment on various different rifles and marksmans, the burst fire conversion for the XM4, then also the burst fire conversion on the Compact 92 SMG are all listed as in-season updates, and they're all listed as event rewards as well. So we can expect actually much more significant content through events this year, it seems like, which in my opinion is a big upgrade and big update. They did mention prior to Black Ops 6 launching that weekly events and weekly challenges and stuff like that were not going to be a thing this year with Black Ops 6. And if that's the case, maybe we see an event once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. But when we do see a new event drop, the rewards are much more significant than just a one-off random blueprint like an MW3 or a random camo. Now, I do personally still hope they do a lot of camo spam this year, because that's just always, a highly coveted reward in Call of Duty, since you're always seeing that on your guns. But the fact that they're going all in with our biggest weapons update so far for a season in COD history and implementing so many of them through events, I think is actually a pretty interesting change. And of course, that's just the obvious content that's been detailed so far. They alluded to one event being more zombies based, so that's likely going to have its own specific unique rewards. Obviously, these other events will have rewards outside of just the weapons and the aftermarket part stuff too. And yes, some of it's probably going to be that more filler stuff with the emblems and the calling cards and the weapon charms and sprays and whatever else. But hopefully the main rewards outside of just the weapons and aftermarket parts is also high value stuff like camos, and not just like different blueprints that end up not even looking like the blueprint when you change the build. Maybe they even do like mastercrafts that have that shared mastercraft look across various attachment categories. Just based off the description so far though, it seems like they are making some pretty big and pretty positive changes to the event systems throughout the year for Black Ops 6. I hope this is a trend truly that continues beyond just season 1 and it happens for season 2, 3, 4, all the way throughout the year, right? Because that's just good news for players, stuff to come back and grind through events, and actual valuable rewards in the events themselves. But that being said, that is going to wrap things up for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, a like is seriously appreciated. And if you're new here on your way out, feel free to hit that subscribe button to guarantee that every single day you are in the know for all things going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.